Hello and welcome to Stephanie's World, and I'm Stephanie, and I made this channel to raise awareness about autism and discuss my autism, but also to help in my way give back to the autistic community and neurodivergent community as well. Now, I have a big project this year that I've decided to take on as a personal challenge this year. As you know, with autism, all of our personal development is personal to us. So I decided to challenge myself this year by going to my first concert alone. Now, I didn't realise how big a deal this was until I told other people about what I was going to do. So I thought I would make it into a 3-part series, and we would look at accessibility to concert venues, tips and tricks about going to your first concert alone, interview someone else within the autistic community, which will be coming up in this episode today, and also reviewing our whole journey back and giving my advice to you. Now, Rocking Out With Autism will be a 3-part series, and this being the first episode. Now, I'm very happy to be interviewing today a close friend of mine who has just recently started their own YouTube channel called the Mindful Mop, and we're going to head over to Stephanie in the studio with Charlene from the Mindful Mop. So first off, welcome to Stephanie's World YouTube channel.
Thank you so much for having me.
So today we're going to be talking about music and autism. If you want to introduce yourself and your journey with autism.
Okay, so I'm Charlene. I am not diagnosed through the NHS, but through my counsellor. It was very, very late on that it clicked for me that I could be autistic. But then when you look back at like childhood stuff and that, it's like, oh my God, like how could you not have seen that? It's so weird. It's so weird. And it's actually, so this is information for you, by the way, because you don't know this, but it was actually a conversation I had with you and your sister at work.
Really?
Okay, yeah, about unmasking. Like, so we were talking about how girls mask.
Yeah, we do.
When they're autistic, and I'd never heard of this before, right? And I was like, oh, I wonder what that means, because I'd already had a kind of feeling that, like, I was like some of the things that I did and stuff. I knew that there wasn't something quite, like, not right, because I don't want to say that word, obviously, like, but you know what I mean. But then you mentioned the unmasking, and I was like, oh, and I looked into it, and I was like, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, you just, everything just kind of clicked into place for me.
Yeah.
And it was very like, oh, that totally makes sense. Everything just kind of finally made sense for me. And then eventually when I went and seen like a therapist and stuff like that and spoke to her about it, so much more came out. And like it's been very emotional couple of years, just kind of catching up with myself and understanding myself as a child and it not being picked up and things like that.
Yeah.
And then seeing it in my own children.
Yeah.
Especially my youngest, who's very much, I think, on the spectrum, but because it is a wide spectrum and she's not right up there, she won't really get looked at, and it's all these kids that kind of just slip through the net, if you know what I mean. But we have things at home in place for her that we're doing to help her. That I wish I had when I was a kid. So
yeah, because I also got diagnosed quite late, and also not through the NHS as well, which I picked up on. I had to get diagnosed through a separate service, but that's like that for most women. We do not get diagnosed as much through the NHS, which is currently an issue that we're facing.
It's very sad.
Yeah, but that's really good that you're now aware of it and you're ready to put that support in place. Yeah. But and thank you for sharing that as well. It's quite because it's hard to share that type of vulnerability with everybody, and I think it's also something that that needs to be talked about more.
Oh, definitely,
because it's not a subject that's, especially amongst women with autism, it's something that needs to be awareness needs to be raised a bit more. But
today we're going to be talking about music
Yes.
and autism. Now, people don't realise that music and autism actually kind of go hand in hand. Autistic people actually love music, really love music, because the sounds of it really help us express ourselves. Even if we don't even have a voice, we can express ourselves with a song. We can express ourselves with movement. We can help learn, understand better emotions within ourselves, and help express ourselves more openly with our friends and family through music. Music is a very important part of artistic people's lives, and I don't think a lot of people realise that.
Yeah, definitely.
But along with that comes a lot of complications about maybe going to gigs or live events, which recently...
It's very strange.
Really mix and match, because you wouldn't think that, because some of us are very sensory overload.
Yeah.
You can be autistic but not have sensory issues, but most people do. Do you tend to have like a sensory issue?
So I kind of do, but it's more of like overwhelm near the end of the day, or if I've had a very hard day, which is, let's face it, most days. We're having so many kids and so it's very
is it emotional overwhelmed?
So it can be, but it can be noise as well. And I never knew this until I was recently. It all clicked for me because I got to a time of the day with the kids, because I've got 6 children, if just putting that out there. You know that, but for the sake of this, I've got 6 children. So after school was always a big, huge issue for me. Like 3 o'clock onwards, I don't know what it was, but it was just every noise they were making and dropping things on like the wooden floor and stuff. I'm like, please stop. And it was just that was it. From there till bedtime, I was just like, shut up. It's just terrible. But like looking back, I can see now, like, and I can put in place now. I've got my loops and stuff like that. I can put in place, and I'm like, right, mummy needs some calm now. Let's have some calm.
The loops which you suggested, which were very helpful in the trip to London.
Oh, did you go? Did you get them? They're so
they're amazing. They're amazing. I needed them more for the underground than anything. Because let's go, this high whistle sound of the air going through it's awful.
Absolutely love my loops. I've got a pair on my car keys now, actually.
They're very, very useful. So how has music helped you express yourself? I know you're a music lover. Each time I see you, you're always dancing to something or singing.
Yeah, I do. I love it. I've always loved it. I've never really put the two and two together, though, to be honest. Maybe looking back now, but I have always, from as far as I can remember, sung and danced. It was always something I was always doing in my room, shut the door, in front of the mirror, dancing. And I would absolutely feel the music as well. Like, it's just normal to me, but you could actually, like, I could feel the music when I'm dancing, and I do. I love it. And now that I can drive, I am like, it goes blasting, which is rubbish for me later on in the day, because then I'm overwhelmed and it's too much and it's too noisy. But when I'm in the moment and I'm listening to it, it's great. Like, you could even say it's like a stim. I'm like, driving in the car. But it has been a huge part of my life. All kinds of music has been a huge part of my life from a very young age.
I've noticed that too. From a very young age, I was always interested in sound and music, even though some sounds can overwhelm me and make me feel a bit like frustrated. Does that happen to you? Is there any like genre of music that you can't even listen to?
Yes. So, which is weird, because I wanted to like it, but you know, the lo-fi stuff.
Oh, really? Lo-fi?
Lo-fi stuff, and how it's just got that little, I don't know what it is, but it's like an under twang. I can't quite...
They tune it differently.
Yeah, and it's just like that. It's fine, because I love the aspect of it and like what it could do, and I have tried so many times, but there's just this little I don't even know what it is, because I'm not, as much as I love music, I don't know all the like notes and stuff like that, but there's just this under twang sort of noise that just
goes
right through me, and I'm like, I can't listen to that.
No.
I don't know what it is, but
And that's supposed to be relaxing music.
I know, and it's so weird because I wanted to love it because all the adverts for it was like lo-fi, and it was like, oh, that looks so chill, because I absolutely love chill music as well if I'm cleaning or whatever. It's not always about like roaring my lungs out singing, do you know what I mean? I love the very like spa music kind of stuff as well, and I thought it was going to be like that, good for like studying and stuff, but I can't listen to it. I don't know what it is.
Everybody's different though.
Yeah.
Like I can't listen to jazz because it's too chaotic with the patterns.
Yeah, it's very like
it's, yeah.
Whenever
I listen to a certain type of Metallica song, and I think it's Nothing Else Matters, the bridge comes up and then there's a chord on the guitar that does something to my brain to the point where I'm like, I think my brain's just shut off. Like, I don't know what it is, but it hits this certain tune, this pattern, and my brain's like, didn't, like, I don't know why.
It's like a rewire, eh?
It does that with a few songs actually. Like if I'm listening to like heavy metal or rock, literally some of the chords my brain will just go did it, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, is that normal? Reboot. I mean, my brain has rebooted really funnily one time during class one day. Literally was about falling asleep, and then 1 minute I'm like, I'm alive, I'm awake, I'm in this class, what's going on? So my brain tends to do that. Like, yeah. Do you think autism can be better represented in the music industry and just in general the entertainment industry?
I think definitely, yeah. I think I don't even think there's that, not that I can think of anyway. Is there many autistic singers out there? Like,
I only know a few.
So Bjork, I know she is.
Bjork's one.
I used to love
Honora, Zara Beth. That's only I only know like 3 so far.
Yeah.
It's hard because a lot of people don't go public with their autism.
I think it's more like actresses and stuff like that, actors and actresses that are more, but then they can, that would go kind of hand in hand, I think, with the whole like masking thing and being an actor.
Yeah, it does. It does. Because you're like, I don't know, when you're able to put on a whole different character because you're masking and stuff like that. That kind of helps as well.
Definitely. A girl from, oh my god, I've forgotten it now. Damn it.
It's okay.
Can't remember. She's a newer actress anyway. It's the video game, but they've brought it out as like is it Among Us? Among Us?
Among Us?
No, not Among Us.
It's a video game. Is it a movie?
No, it's like a season. It's not Among Us because that's.
Is it Fallout?
No.
Because Fallout just came out as a game.
I can't remember the name.
Is it Borderlands?
It's a young actress anyway. She's I'm sure she's a queer young actress, but I think she's autistic and I think she's absolutely awesome. But I can't remember the name and it's going to annoy me.
We'll put it down later in the comments later. Is there any artists from like that kind of helps you out that you would recommend in our playlists?
I'm going to be really boring and say Taylor Swift, but you know that.
Yeah, I know you're a huge Swiftie. You're a huge Swiftie fan.
You know, it's her brain. Like,
it's her brain.
Her brain and her lyrics and her play on words.
Yeah.
They're mesmerising to me. Like, her songwriting is just, and I know everyone's like, ugh, whatever, but her songwriting is just unbelievable. I think I've always been a big fan of Beyonce growing up, but do you know what? See, her newer stuff I can't really get into.
Yeah.
We
still love you, Queen Bee. Okay, don't come for us in the comments.
Of course we do. We can't not. But yeah, anything like female, strong, empowerment, like all of that stuff. I've always grew up absolutely loving any strong female singer. Always loved Britney Spears, all of that.
You know who I think is a bit underrated? Zara Larsson. She's good.
Yes.
She's got a powerful
She has got a very, very powerful voice. Yeah. And Jessie J, it annoys my life that no one
appreciates Jessie J.
No one appreciates Jessie J.
No one does.
See, I was at her concert and I have never been blown away more by a voice. Her voice is insane.
So you've been to concerts before. Who have you seen?
my goodness. So I've seen Coldplay, Beyonce, Britney, Nicki Minaj.
You've seen Britney?
Yeah.
Wait.
I can't even remember what year it was, but it was in Manchester. It was the Circus tour.
You're
Yeah,
lucky.
I know, I
You're
know.
really lucky because
I've
she
seen a
doesn't
lot
do
of
music anymore.
I know. I have seen a lot of people. I'm very lucky that way. When I've been to the Brits, that was good. That was like a bunch of people. Like Rihanna was there, Drake.
Oh my
Little
god. Gobsmacked.
Little Mix, stuff like that. But yeah, I've seen quite a few people. Quite a few.
So, since you've been to so many, can I ask any advice about going to these shows?
So, believe it or not, so all of this was before I realised I was. And I have actually only been to one concert since I realised I was autistic.
Really?
Yes. So I can't say, like, obviously the spectrum is so vast. But for me, I don't like the crowds. I didn't like the crowds at all. Absolutely hate it. And that's what stopped me going to so many concerts, actually, even before.
Did you do a lot of standing ones then?
We did to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Britney and Nicki Minaj, and that was all standing, and that was that it's very much lessons learned after you go a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, I'm not doing standing anymore. It was too much, like there's too many people around you. I absolutely hate it. And then we started sitting, but even then it's very enclosed. It's not too bad when you're in the stadiums, like the outdoor arena ones.
Do you think it also depends on like the type of venue then?
Yes. So an arena can feel a bit better because you're still outside. You've still got that space. I haven't been to. I think more recently, it has been arena tours I've been going to. Like I think the two Beyonce ones I went to and the Taylor Swift one were all, and the Coldplay ones were all arenas. So stadiums. So they were all outside. But more like the Britney one and like the Brits and stuff like that, they're all inside and they are very, especially the Brits, because we were up so far and up so high, like looking down, it's just like, but it's more after it that I feel like at night, like later on.
So after going to your first few concerts, you learned that being in a confined space was not for you, and people are
absolutely, and it very much got to a stage where, because I was loving it, I was going and all these amazing people, but it was very much getting to a stage where I was like, okay, do I like this person enough to now put myself in that situation where I'm going to feel like I don't want to stand for ages. So do you know Jojo?
As in Jojo Siwa?
No, the other one.
Oh, Jojo, the American singer. Yeah.
So I was meant to go and see her with my sister. And I'm going to tell a little fib here because I told my sister. Well, I did have the cold, by the way, just so you know. Okay. I did have the cold. I'm sorry, Samantha. Okay. I did have the cold, but I was very much like, so she absolutely loves Jojo. Like, she's like #1 fan Jojo, right? I like her. I think she's great. I think she's brilliant. But I just wasn't in the situation where I wanted to put myself and be standing all that time with all those people. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I was like, I'm really not well.
Yeah.
And I wasn't well, but I was just like,
you didn't want to put yourself through that type of anxiety.
Yeah. So it's very much, I tell myself, do I like this person enough to put myself through that? And that's what you really have to remember, like, or think about when you're going to these venues. If it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, then absolutely, but take your loops.
Yeah, take your loops.
I only had my loops once, by the way, and that was when I went to see Taylor Swift. And those were in and out a lot.
Yeah.
Because I still very much wanted to...
Was that Muddyfield?
Yeah. Still very much wanted to feel the atmosphere of what I'm so used to at concerts. But because I think my brain was now in this, like, you're autistic, you need to just, like protect yourself. Yeah. I'm like... Yeah. But I had them in and out. But I think the more I had them out, I was like, oh, actually, no, I don't like this.
Yeah. Murrayfield in Edinburgh, I don't think a lot of people realise, even though it's open at the top, this sound in there is so loud. Because even I was sitting back up and I was like, why is it booming in my ears? Like, I'm right at the back. Like, I was thinking, those poor people at standing, their ears must be bleeding.
I know, definitely take your lips.
Yeah. So, what has been your favourite venue so far in terms of accessibility?
What, like accessibility for me or just people in general? Like,
so for yourself, and if you've viewed anybody having easy access, like with disabilities,
Okay, so I'm going to say Murrayfield again. So in Murrayfield, they had like they've got like the standing area.
Yes.
They had the standing area at the front, and then they had this big, huge, like squared off area.
Yeah.
And that was like the ramps up, and then it was like up on a stage sort of thing. So like wheelchair access and disability access and stuff like that, they were literally in the middle of the stadium, up high, away from any heads and stuff like that. So they had a brilliant view, and they were able to just come in from the ground and then go up, and they were out of the way of like any people bumping at them or anything like that. So it was really, really good there, actually, I would say.
Yeah, I remember the first concert that I actually went with somebody else was Harry Styles at Murrayfield, and that was a good first-hand experience for me. And I saw it as well, and I thought, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, really good. I would say the worst that I've been to would be the Hydro.
What, one in Glasgow?
I think it's terrible for access.
Oh my God.
I could be wrong. I'm not wheelchair bound or anything like that, and other people could have had a better experience. But for me, like the space you get and like the little they're so small for walking. Even like when you're trying to get to your seat, it's just so small and compact, and you're very much like looking down, looking over. Don't like it.
I'm like, oh no, because I've got Billie Eilish in July.
Do
with my sister Alison, and when we were ordering our tickets for pre-sale, it wasn't letting you select your seats. You just had to buy the ticket.
Yeah.
And they've put us up really high, and I'm thinking to myself,
I don't like that at all.
I was like, is it like Usher Hall? Have you ever been to Usher Hall? And you go up to the top, and it's like you're almost like leaning
right
over.
Down. Yeah, like
that.
It's a good view. You'll have a beautiful view, but it's very, very compact and very like sardine-like.
Yeah, I'll give you all an update about the Glasgow Hydro after July, after the concert. I'll give you an update about that.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
My son's going to see Billy as well, and I'm like,
oh, what day?
I don't know.
I'm going Tuesday, the 8th.
I don't know, because I'm not talking to him about it.
Oh,
because I'm jealous.
I'm going as well. And so's one of my other classmates, and so's my tutor, Scott.
So lucky.
Yeah. And you know what's even better? Her stage is round, so everybody gets to see her all at once.
I think it's awesome. I think she's amazing.
I'm really looking forward to it. I've already planned my outfit.
Yeah. Of course you have.
I already have. I plan everything like months in advance. So what do you think venues can improve upon, like the Hydro, as you just said, can improve upon for disability access going forward? Now that concerts have now become more popular during pre-COVID, everybody wants to go out, like to gigs, concerts, no matter like the size of the venue. People want to go out and experience music again. So
I don't know. I think places like the Hydro and that they're built. Like there's not really much you can do about it. Is what it is, But I don't know. Like they could maybe do the whole thing that the other place did, with like the ramp in the middle. But I'm not really. I don't know.
They could do that though if they have the space for it. They could do it.
But it would. See, the thing is with things like that is, as that fills up, then there's people behind that.
Yeah.
And people don't have a choice to be behind that sometimes, and then it's like they can't see the stage. And they're literally looking at the screens, and they've paid to get in to look at the screens that they could have done anyway.
Yeah.
So it's very
Yeah.
difficult. It's very hard
Because
to make everyone happy.
yeah, because one place that I have seen that has improved for disabilities is the Festival Theatre in Edinburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Now that was an older building, but they redid a whole new building outside of it where it's completely disability access friendly, wheelchair friendly, all 3 floors, elevators, even getting into the theatre you can roll in. And even if it is an older theatre, it predates I think it goes back to the 18th century, maybe 17th century, that theatre. You'll have to history check me in the comments. But yeah, that completely updated itself.
Wow.
So it can be completely, even the toilets are all friendly as well.
That's
and
awesome.
Even getting in. And the chairs are, even the chairs being old, they're not cramped like when you go to the Playhouse as well.
Playhouse is so cramped.
It is cramped. No one discusses that. Playhouse is cramped.
Playhouse is
and
one of the worst I've been in. Actually.
And the director's box, which I've been in for 60 Musical, wasn't even worth the money of the ticket.
Did you go see that?
Yeah,
I've
seen that last year.
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
good.
It's back this year. That's the What's Up show host in me telling you go and watch it when it is. I know when all the shows are in Edinburgh.
Hand on the hip there.
Yeah. Radio host in me. Do you think in the future there could be more music events that are more neurodivergent friendly?
I think so. I think they could maybe like less flashy lights and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that some concerts you go to, the lights are crazy.
I know it's going to be like that at Billy's.
Yeah.
And it was like that at TXT.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler, I've already been to the concert. But yeah.
Okay, so putting that back on you, how did you feel with the flashing lights?
I wasn't that bad with them actually, because K-pop people are kind of adapted to it because we have light sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So they're always flashing anyway.
Right, okay.
So we have light sticks, so you kind of like get used to it if you're like a K-pop fan. If you're not a K-pop fan, you're not used to like the flashing lights of your K-pop, like your bong, but we call it mo bong. Bong means like stick, light stick. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. It depends because they didn't have that many flash.
Yeah, I think Billie Eilish is going to be a lot.
Yeah, that's why I decided not to go and see Charlie XCX, because I knew for a fact that hers would be like a rave, like a rave.
Yeah. See, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. Can't do the lights. Kim's like, we need to go see the like the stuff that she likes. She's like, you won't like the lights. I was like, no, I won't like the lights.
Does she know Metallica's coming to Glasgow next year?
She does. We were just talking about it.
Yeah, I was talking to Alison about it the other day. I was like, oh, they're coming. Do you want to go? And it's in a park, so it is more accessible. That park in Glasgow is much more accessible.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know. I don't think she is huge on Metallica, but her son is.
Oh.
So the
really?
conversation went like this. It was like, oh, Metallica's coming, and then he was like, I think I'm going with my dad, and she was like, oh, okay, good, you can go with your dad.
You can pay for the tickets, because the tickets will be expensive.
Yes.
That's the only issue. But even on that point, do you think pricing's fair as well?
It's getting so bad, eh?
Yeah, it's been a main topic recently. Pricing for music
It has
and
went
musical
through the
goods.
roof. It's
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's completely like doubled,
Yeah.
I think.
But the other day when we were looking at, me and my friends were looking at what's coming up, we found Jason Derulo was selling his ticket for £45, which is actually really good. And it's Jason Derulo. Like, what? Or how's he not? But he must be one of those artists who are like, I'm going to set ticket prices cheap.
Yeah. See, it's the whole like reselling them that's the problem, innit?
Resellers, yeah. Is that in it? I've never encountered a reseller.
I've never myself, but they are buying them up and then selling them for like double, triple.
How is that even allowed? Like, that just should not be allowed.
They stopped you allowing to buy so many at once.
You're not allowed to buy more than 2 or 3. I think for some gigs.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So what are they called? Ticket.
ticket resellers,
Hawkers.
teller hawkers, ticket resellers, ticket
You know
con
who you
artists.
are.
Yeah, you know who you are. Scam. That's what you are. But yeah, yeah. I really want to thank you for coming in today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
For doing this interview with me.
Mm.
Is there any more advice that you could give us today?
Go buy loops.
Go buy loops. Go buy loops. Loops are really good.
I will see it.
I will leave a link down below for the ones on Amazon that I bought,
Yeah.
which I think they're probably going to be similar to yours as well. But yeah,
Well, I've got the actual loop ones. They have actually also jumped in price, by the way, because I got them when they first came out. You know, the actual loop.
Yeah,
They're called loop. You do get different
you get
versions of them, like replicas of them.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual loops, I got them when they first came out, and I've actually jumped so high in price. But they do like so you get the ones for the concerts, you get ones for sleeping, you get ones for every day. They're different, like you adapt them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
Yeah, you adapt them.
Yeah.
But I'll leave the ones that I bought for traveling down, which were easy for me because I've got sensitive ears.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so fun. This is so cool.
It is, yeah. This is a really fun thing to have access to, which I'm really.
I kind of want to start a podcast now.
You can if you want. yeah, you
We
can.
just talk about music and anything.
Yeah, you can. You can. You honestly can do that here.
It's so fun.
Yeah, but if you can please go and follow, like, and subscribe to Charlene's channel.
Yes, please. The Mindful Mop.
Yes,
Yeah.
please go over to Charlene's channel. I'll link it also down below as well. Can you please tell us what your Mindful Mop is about?
Yes, of course. So we started a little cleaning company just for helping people with mental health, because mental health and cleaning kind of come hand in hand. Like your cleaning can slip when you're not kind of feeling yourself. And then as that snowballs, your thoughts and feelings get a lot worse, which it just spirals, doesn't it? It's like the messier your house is, the messier your head is. So our saying is like cleaning homes, cleaning minds. So we just go in, we help organise people's stuff. We do organising, cleaning, just basically whatever, like you've got us for your time slot. Even if you just want to sit and have a chat, like you can even message us. You don't even have to book us. Like you can message us on our Facebook page as well, and we will give you advice and tips and stuff like that. Like it's a big thing for like ADHD, autism and things as well. We have quite a lot of neurodivergent people. Actually, my first client was neurodivergent, which is where I got the idea from. Like it's a big thing that no one really talks about. And it's really important, and we just want to be a little voice for these people that can't have access to going on and cleaning, because there's a stigma where it's like you're lazy, but you're not. Like you're literally not. Like your body is not moving to do it, and some people don't understand that, and we completely do. So that's what we do. We just go in and we help people who need our help.
Well, if you ever need a volunteer over the summer,
Oh, that would be amazing.
I'm up for it.
Yes, I
Yes.
love that. That would be great.
Yes, but thank you so much. And
you.
we're going to be handing back over to President Stephanie, who's presenting you from her own couch, probably with an interruption from Patrick or Florence at this moment.
Thank you.
I want to say an extra special thank you to Charlene from the Mindful Mop for doing that interview with me today. I do feel sometimes I'm cursed with interviews, so I was really grateful that she was able to come along, and she actually messaged me at the end of the interview privately saying how much she enjoyed the experience, and it was a positive one for her, as she felt comfortable enough with me to discuss her autism and her autism journey. And I'm really grateful for all the advice and tips and tricks that she was able to give me, but not only that, you. This was episode 1 of Rocking Out with Autism, and coming up in our next episode we have our journey down to London into my first concert alone, but I feel like it's our first concert alone. I don't know why, but I'm really excited. I can't wait for you to all see the episode. I worked really, really hard on it, editing wise, and I really hope you enjoy it. But this is Stephanie from Stephanie's World, and I'll see you in the next episode.